So yes, we are the founder and director of Aafiyah Healing,
MashaAllah.
a natural healing modality that deals with physical and emotional problems.
Allah.
And we've been creating awareness about mental health and just healing from a holistic point of view for the Muslim community especially, and then for the wider audience also.
MashaAllah.
Grounding is your connection back to the earth, and it's very important on a regular basis to be able to actually take your shoes and socks off, because they work as an insulator. And put your feet, bare feet, on the earth. So natural grass, sand, soil, anything that's of natural, even leather. And if you were to place your feet on a natural substance from the earth, then whatever oxidants you have in your body, they are able to be neutralized and they come out of your body. So oxidants in the body is what really causes inflammation. And inflammation leads to things like arthritis, to autoimmune diseases, swelling, water retention, etc. The recommended daily allowance is usually about 20 minutes a day.
20 minutes a day.
So normally they say you walk on grass barefoot, but for the most part I don't think it's possible to walk without getting needles stuck in your foot in our local parks, unfortunately. So even just to sit and put your feet on the earth, but it's not the same with concrete and tarmacked surfaces. So wherever you can, then inshallah, just and if you can't go outside, bring the outside in. So even if you got like a grow bag, and you peel it off, that's soil.
And put your feet
put your feet on it and sit there. Even sometimes a piece of wood. Some people will say wood isn't it's not good for earthing, but it still works. It takes the edge off the pain, especially if people have chronic pain, then it helps bring that off as well. The mindset of our grandparents, in the way that they moved over, in the ideologies that were set in their minds at that time, for them to come into a new country, for our parents to be born in this country, to face the challenges of racism, for example. Right, and then for us as third generations, to be growing up in this country and again, sort of climatizing to this environment. But we still carry the baggage of our parents, because that's the tarbiyat that we had. And they had they saw the struggles of their parents as well. So that energetic trauma always remains in our system. We can change things. We don't simply have to say, well, this is what happened to them, so now we're a result of it. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always tells us it's until people don't begin to change themselves, Allah is not going to help them. Right, so we know that, okay, we might be carrying some of that energy, and we have particular emphasis or particular biases towards certain things. We have to change that within ourselves. We shouldn't play the blame game and say, oh, because of them we're like this. No, we're not. It's out of our own choice. Like you're saying, the park is all empty here, and our Asian communities need to prioritize that little aspect within their days, rather than just running after money all the time, or chasing the kids for them to study hard. We need to really give some time to ourselves, because we need to detach from that. We're almost in a hamster wheel.
Like
we just feel it's a constant. And then this is the other thing with a rat race, is even in the rat race, who is the winner?
Not us.
It's a rat. Even if you win the race, you're still a rat. So don't enter into such competitions, because there is no elevation of the being. The whole purpose of us as insan on this earth is that we become human.
MashaAllah. Do you think a lot of the British born Pakistanis will have ancestral trauma that they have to deal with?
I think we all do. People generally. Okay, you see, where do we learn about this ancestral trauma from? Is from the concentration camps. Okay, the studies have been done on Jewish families, that people living today, who are grandchildren of those who are in the concentration camps, are suffering depression because of what their grandparents went through. So if they went through that, you can imagine what happened in apartheid in South Africa, in what's happening in Palestine, what's happened in Iraq, because now this is over 20 years old. So every part of the world has had some form of trauma, some form of calamity, that people are still coming out of what's happened in Bosnia. So all of these places, trauma is real. It's true, but again, this is part of the afat and baliyat that comes down anyway. Okay, and through which Allah allows us to recognize our own shortcomings. So we're on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and like you were saying earlier, that your wife has actually studied as well the Aafiyah Healing modality under myself, and mashallah, she's completed her training. She's a certified practitioner, and now mashallah, she's got her own clientele. So you've just come back from Turkey,
Yeah.
But whilst living in Turkey, she was still able to work with clients online.
That's right.
And especially through the times that we're going where people are losing their jobs or people are looking to supplement their income. This is something that is definitely going to be needed. This is something that, inshallah, you know, unfortunately it's recession proof because our anxiety levels are continually going through the roof. People are suffering with chronic pain all the time, and we just need to be able to assist within ourselves. So this is ultimately something that if you are suffering and you want a way out, then utilize, inshallah, this space to learn healing for yourself. If you are a carer for someone else, then please come along so that you can also learn how to care for them. If you feel you've got even more, such as you're a hijama therapist or you're a chiropractor or whatever field you might be in, you might be a carpenter, but you just have an interest in helping people, then this is something, inshallah, that can also take you up to the next level. Join the dots for you to show you where physical meets the emotional, where it meets the spiritual. And once all of those three compartments come into it, we're able to, you know, begin to heal holistically, inshallah.
Inshallah, that's the ultimate aim.
Yeah.
Jazakallah khair.
Barakallah. Thank you, mashallah. Allah bless you.
And hopefully all the details will be on the description. And I hope everyone looks after your mental health just as we look after our outer health. And our outer appearance is very important to also look after the inner self, inshallah. Everyone stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.